On now, on Monday, the Senate will have a vote on the Buffett Rule called Paying a Fair Share Act. That really rolls off your tongue. It would require a tax rate of 30% on income of $1 million or more. Is this just a campaign move by the president or a start for a real tax code reform? We have two guests with two perspectives. Rebecca Wilkins is the Citizens for Tax Justice. She belongs to that group, and Curtis Dubay of the Heritage Foundation. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Rebecca, you think this represents tax fairness. How come?
Well, the Buffett Rule is designed to get at the problem in our federal tax code that taxes income from work at a much higher rate than it taxes income from wealth. And that's really what the president's trying to do with the Buffett Rule.
But the income from wealth, I mean, you've already paid tax on that in a lot of cases, especially if you look at somebody like Mitt Romney. You know, he earned that income first. He paid tax on it. Now he's reinvesting it again. So why isn't he entitled to a lower tax rate the second time that money is being taxed for him?
He's not going to be taxed on the part that he paid tax on again before. He's only going to be taxed on the gain. So that's a widespread myth that income is taxed twice. It's not. When we tax capital gains, we only tax the amount that your investment has increased. We don't tax the original investment again.
Curtis, what do you think?
Actually, that capital gain that the companies that Mitt Romney or Warren Buffett invest in, they pay the 35% federal tax rate, corporate tax rate, which is the highest in the world. That's why it's a double tax. The corporations pay tax first, then the investor pays on their return. The thing to keep in mind with the Buffett Rule is it's a distraction. The president wants to distract us all from his failed economic policies. They have not got the economy going. They have not gotten job creation going. He wants to distract us from the fact that he has no plan to reduce the deficit, to stop an impending debt crisis. He just wants to turn the page and distract us from his failed policies.
Rebecca, what about that? I mean, the corporations did already pay tax on it. Now you're taxing it again. Kind of no matter how you want to slice it, the income has already been taxed one way or the other.
I'm really glad you asked that question. In November, we issued a report with the Institute for Taxation and Economic Policy that looked at the Fortune 500. And we found that the 280 of the Fortune 500 companies that were consistently profitable all 3 years, 2008 through 2010, paid an average effective rate of only 18.5%. There were 78 companies in that group that paid zero tax in at least one of those years, and 30 of the companies didn't pay tax in all 3 years. We recently updated that group for the 2011 10Ks that have just come out. And again, 26 of them have zero or less
Curtis, you
in
want to
federal
respond to
income
that?
Taxes.
Again, this is a distraction. We're talking about the Buffett Rule here, which has absolutely nothing to do with the biggest issues facing our country today, which is a slow-growing economy, slow job creation, and an impending debt crisis that the president has absolutely no plan to prevent. The Buffett Rule is a distraction. It has absolutely nothing to do with what's at the forefront of voters' minds today.
Okay, guys, we're going to have to leave it there because we're out of time. I wish we had more time for this debate, but I know we're going to get back to it many more times. Rebecca Wilkins and Curtis Dubay, thanks to both of you for joining us.
Thanks for